Hatter here, and I'm back with week 43 of 52 original card tricks. And this is a special one because this is the first time I'm doing a long distance card trick. So I'm going to call my dear friend Ecram, who's in Washington, D.C., and hopefully something magical will happen. This is a trick I made especially for her, and we used to work together. So here we go. Put it on speaker.
Hey.
Hi Ecram, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good morning. Thanks for agreeing to be on the channel this early.
Yeah, of course. I'm excited.
Me too. So I thought of this trick. We used to work together, and we closed at a store for a whole year or more on Saturday nights, as you may recall. And if we add all that up, that's probably like 52 Saturdays that we closed. And that's how many cards are in a deck, right?
Yep.
So I thought about that once. And I also remember we would talk about things, and sometimes magic would be brought up. And then one night I went home and I thought of this trick after talking with you. So that's why this is dedicated to you.
All right. I'm excited to hear it.
Cool. So to start, we're going to get some numbers. And this will only work for you. So, because you're going to pick the first number. And I would have you just pick a card, but we talked about that once too, and you said, oh, I know what card I would pick. And I have a feeling I might know. So we're going to do it differently. We're going to do it differently. So pretend you have 2 dice or a die. You can roll 1 or 2. And then you would think of whatever the total of the dice are as your number. So you kind of like visualize it. Did you roll 1 or 2 dice?
2.
Excellent. And so you can write down that number if you want, or just remember it.
Okay. I got it.
Excellent. Next, we're going to add... This will be simple addition and subtraction.
Okay.
We're going to add the number of letters in your middle name.
Okay.
So whatever your middle name is. Do you have a middle name?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And then you'd add...
Should I reveal it or no?
Maybe at the end we'll...
Okay.
I think it'll be better if we do all that at the end.
Sounds good.
Good question, though. Yep, so you add that. Have you got that all set?
Yes.
Cool. This is exciting. Next, next you're going to subtract from that number whatever your shoe size is. And don't worry if it's like a half size. Just round it up.
Okay.
So we don't have any 0.5s. Since there are no like 0.5 cards in the deck. And how's that going? Okay?
Yes.
Excellent. Next, add to that number the number of siblings that you have. If you have any siblings.
Okay.
Now, just so I know where we kind of stand until I do some more questions, what number do you have so far?
I have a 7 right now.
7. Cool. That's a lucky number. Now, we'll continue. Are you doing okay?
Yeah.
I know it's a lot of questions this early. Sorry about that.
Even though it's simple, I'm like math in the morning.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I think it'll be cool in the end.
Yeah.
So, let's see, where were we? Oh, so now we'll talk about the birthday, which is something you and I used to talk about a lot. So, think about your birthday, and think of that month, and what number month that is in the year. So, like mine's in February, so I would think of number 2 because the second month.
Yeah.
So whatever your month is, add that number to your total.
Okay. Got it.
Have you got that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you're going to tell me a number, let's say from 1 to 10, and we'll subtract it. And then I'll give one more number from me, just so that we're both in on this, and then we'll see what we end up with. So what number do you choose, 1 to 10?
I'll go with 2.
2. Excellent. So you subtract 2,
Okay. Nice. Got it.
and I'll go with 8. Why don't you subtract 8?
Okay.
And then I think we'll have a final total. But before we reveal that, we're going to go on. So that's going to be let's say it was 12. Then that would be the queen. 11 is jack, and 13 is king. So we'll figure out your card from the number that you ended up on.
Okay.
But we need a suit. Every card has a suit. It can be clubs, hearts, spades, or diamonds. Why don't you tell me 2 of those suits?
All these spade and heart.
Okay, so we'll eliminate those 2. Excellent.
Okay.
What's that leave us with? Clubs and diamonds?
Diamonds and clubs, yeah.
So you can tell me one of those 2.
Diamonds.
Diamonds. Okay. So that sounded like you really felt good about that one. So we're going to go with the diamonds.
Okay.
And now, for the first time, I have a card in my pocket. And I haven't shown the camera yet. For the first time, could you say the name of your card? Or the number, and the suit?
The number that I started with, or the number that I ended up with?
Oh, the final number. The last one.
Okay. 7 of diamonds.
Oh no, I have the ace of diamonds. Let me check my other pocket. Hold on. This is embarrassing. Let me just take a look.
Wait, how would I have the number?
No, you
How
got.
would I...
This is great. I got 2 and 3 of
Okay.
diamonds. Oh no, let me go to my third pocket. Hold on, I got a lot of pockets. When you see this, you'll know what I'm talking about. Uh-oh. So here's what's happening. In my third pocket, I have all the other diamonds except for the 7. You'll see when you watch this. 4, 5, 6. Then there's the 8, jack, queen, and king.
Oh, I'm missing. Okay.
So I have ace through king here. Now, this is interesting. So that's the first thing. But if I take down my jacket a little bit, there's a humongous card hiding in my coat the whole time.
7 of diamonds?
It's the 7 of diamonds. There's the big reveal. And when you see it, I hope it's exciting.
It really is a giant card?
It's
Not
a
a normal size card?
It's a giant card. And I think we talked about this one time where where the card was, we talked about these big cards are just like impossible. Like I can't shuffle them. What do you do with them? So I think we talked about like maybe I could do one with one card, and that's how this came up.
That's so fun.
So thank you for inspiring that. But there is one more thing. Next to me on my piano over here, this is my keyboard. I've had an envelope sitting here the whole time.
Okay.
And I'm going to open it for the first time here. And inside, I'm going to show the camera this. There is one card inside. And it is the 7 of diamonds. The missing card was in the envelope the whole time.
I love that. That's a good trick.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed.
I'm excited to see
Thanks-
that.
thanks
I want
for
to see a
coming
big
on the-
card.
Thanks for coming on here.
Yeah, of course.
And thanks for joining us all the way from Washington, D.C., right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'm a national fan of Magic Monday.
Yes, thanks for watching all of these. And
course.
it really means a lot. And now you're forever a part of it.
I love magic. We talked about this too.
Yeah.
Magic is so fun.
So I'm going to just stop the video, then we can chat. So,
Okay.
thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that trick. Thank you, Ecram. And ta-ta for now.
Mhm.
Hi there. The topic of the day is stacks. And that refers to these books. It's like the library stacks. But it also refers to, it's a pun, stacking the deck of cards. So that it's in an order that would help me with a magic trick. So all that is mentioned in this book as well. This is my Mad Hatter book of card tricks that I wrote. And the magic that you've seen this year all comes from in here. And all of my songs are in these notebooks over here. But to get to that, I had to read all these books first. So these are all this is a portion of my magic book collection and how to do magic tricks and different courses. And these are the guitar pieces, some of the guitar pieces that I play. and this is some of the piano music that I've studied. And about the magic, basically I read these books cover to cover as a kid, as growing up, starting with this one on the bottom, Mark Wilson's Complete Guide to Magic, complete course. It's very big, and but a lot of the tricks in these books I had trouble, I couldn't actually do them, or there was some part that made it difficult, and I just couldn't do the moves, maybe, and then I started coming up with my own ideas, and that's how I started creating magic. As with music, I also had trouble playing some of these pieces and some of these pieces, and so then I would come up with my own ideas. In music, as far as piano, I'll just mention real quick Beethoven, because he's written some of the greatest piano music, and his piano sonata called The Moonlight is one that I play on piano, but also have been arranging it for guitar, so that definitely is a big influence. And Chopin and Schubert, these are some of my favorite composers, Bach. On a side note, Schubert's complete song cycles, I think he may be the greatest songwriter of all time. Often overlooked, unfortunately. In terms of the guitar stuff, I'm very lucky to have studied with two great classical guitar virtuosos. One in Jose Lascano, and the other in Frank Wallace. And they both are and were masters and write music for guitar. Jose still doing it, and he's amazing. And Frank also amazing, but he is no longer with us. But he did, a few years ago, write this piece for me called Stone Face, which I'm very proud of. And it says my name right there, for Mike Dillon. Hopefully you can see that. 4 movements. It's a very tough piece. I'm still working on it. And then, of course, these stacks of pieces. Here's another example of his writing. His wife does the art that's on the cover. And anyway, so I've learned these pieces through the years. And then it all ends up, I learn these techniques both in magic and music, and then I write them. And I come up with my own songs and my own tricks. And that's what you've been seeing. So that's Stacks. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week. Ta-ta for now.